Make me a channel of thy peace.
It's really sort of the next generation. And this is Dottie's great-granddaughter, Cassidy, or Cece as we call her. So, and we really want to get a sense of the Dottie that you knew, because the Dottie that we knew, or Dorothy actually as we knew her, she didn't become Dottie until she moved south. You know that Dottie thing? We all offered more than once for her, and when Dad was here, those of you who knew Nick, to come live with us. And the first thing out of their mouth every time was, all our friends are here at Pinecrest. And so thank you, friends of Nick and Dottie that are here, and friends of ours as well. So, yes. And just take a minute to kind of reflect that the things you said in your heartfelt messages that Dottie had a theme, the theme of shining. You know, she was, and I look at that picture, it captured the fact that she shines in so many things. And you mentioned her shining smile or shining personality. And I know she's shining on us today. She went peacefully. She was ready to go. You know, some of you that knew her knew she was actually anxious to go be with Nick. So, want to pass it to my brothers to share anything else they want to say. And there were a couple of people that wrote some nicely moving things in the memorial wall over at Jenkins Funeral Home where her obituary is posted. So thanks for joining us. And I don't know if Bruce or Todd, you want to maybe share what's going on the screen? Thanks.
Maybe we could take 30 seconds to, if you want to close your eyes, reflect on Dottie. First 45 years of her life, a lot of them were recorded on Super 8mm film, and these are some of those clips.
Hey fella with a million smackers, a nervous indigestion, rich fella eating milk and crackers, I'll ask you one question. You silly so-and-so, with all your dough, are you having any fun? What you getting out of living? What good is what you've got if you're not having any fun? Are you having any laughs? Are you getting any loving? If other people do so, can you have a little fun? Now when the honey's in the comb, little bees go out and play. Even the old gray mare down home is getting her hay. Hey, better have a little fun. You ain't gonna live forever. Before you're old and gray, still okay. Have a little fun, son. Have a little fun. Any fun? What you getting out of living? What good is what you've got if you're not having any fun? Are you having any laughs? Are you getting any loving? If other people do so, can you have a little fun? Why do you work and slave and save? Life is full of ifs and buts. Why the squirrels save and save? And what have they got? Nuts. Better have a little fun. You ain't gonna live forever. And while you're in your prime, now's the time. Have a little fun, son. Have a little fun. All the Campbells are coming to ra-ta-ta. Have a little fun.
I'll be loving you always with a love love that's true. Always, when the things you've planned need a helping hand, I will understand. Always, always. Days may not be fair. Always. That's when I'll be there. Always. Not for just an hour, not for just a day, not for just a year, but always. That's when I'll be there. Always. Not for just an hour, not for just a day, not for just a year, but always.
Just an hour, not for just a day, but always.
Some of our family members who wanted to be here but can't be here in person and wanted to share their thoughts. I'm going to read something that Dottie's niece, Tracy DeLuca, the daughter of Dottie's brother Don's, shared. They were very close, our cousin Tracy, so who couldn't be here but wanted to share her thoughts. Maya Angelou once shared that people will forget what you said, they'll forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. To me, Aunt Dorothy felt like the embodiment of unconditional love. The way she would reach out towards you with her signature smile, her wrists covered in bracelets, fingers with rings, long, finely tapered fingernails painted elegantly. She was simply an elegant lady. And when she wrapped you in a hug, she meant it. Pulling you close, you could smell her comforting perfume and feel the satiny sheen of whatever beautifully patterned blouse she was wearing. She was always wearing blouses, like a lady, which she most definitely was. The last time we were together in person almost felt like a girls' weekend. She slept in her chair and I slept in her bed, and Uncle Nick was present with a photo and maybe even his ashes on the bureau. We talked and giggled late into the night, and it made me so happy to spend that time with her. She always made me feel so seen and loved, and like she really enjoyed getting to be girly with me. I can only imagine after raising 3 boys. Some of my best memories of childhood were driving down for our annual visits. Aunt Dorothy would always cook up amazing Italian feasts, the table bursting with the pasta dishes I looked forward to devouring once a year. Her meatballs are still the ones I strive to recreate and have yet to master. Uncle Nick would always take us on long drives and narrate his personal tour of North Carolina. When I was maybe 8, we visited a cigarette factory and Schlitz brewery, not necessarily age appropriate, but definitely memorable. A year or so after that, we went to PTL, Jim and Tammy Faye Baker's pre-scandal Christian Disneyland. Best of all, we'd often get to see Todd and Lori, and Craig and Denise, and later my little cousins Nick and Chris. I only wish Bruce and Gary had been there with me too during those special trips. All the love that Aunt Dorothy had spilled over into her boys and their partners, and I just thought they were the coolest. I still do. Whenever I think of Aunt Dorothy, I can immediately hear the sound of her voice, and I will miss that so much. Getting to call her on the phone and have good long chats. She was sharp and stunning through till the end. May her legacy, life, and values live on in the family and friends she loves so much. I hope Grandma and Grandpa DeLuca and her beloved Nick were there to greet her on the other side. And may she live in eternal peace for her life. Well lived and well loved.
I remember when we were little, they used to always have a lot of fun, and they would have their friends over, and they would have parties, and that's how I learned how to throw a party on the spur of the moment. And I loved it when I got to host the family Thanksgiving and Christmases here when we were in Hickory, and everybody could come, and Mom and Dad were still healthy, and it was a wonderful experience. But there's a person still around who has longer memories of her, and that's her brother, our Uncle Don. And he had told me, I had a conversation or two with him, since Mom was passed, and he wishes he could be here, of course. But he remembers that Mom never really treated him like a little kid who was in the way. She always included him, she never pushed him around, and she always stood up for him when there was anything going on. And we actually lived with him for a while one of our first houses was being built. And he was a big influence on my early life. As was she. It was a very loving family, and I think that's passed on obviously through the kids and grandkids, and now great-grandchildren. And it was such a joy for her to be able to see her great-granddaughter twice before she passed. And she just was always such a happy person, and when she was feeling good, there was nobody like her. And she just always brought a lot of joy, as you know, even reading a lot of the comments from here, that she always had a smile for people here, a nice comment, and just really shined.
Bye.